Hello and welcome back to another episode of LMScast. My name's Chris Badgett and I'm joined by a special guest, Mathis from the LifterLMS team. How are you doing, Allie?
Good, Chris. How you doing?
Good. Allie may be our most repeat visitor, but I'm not sure which number this is, maybe four.
What do you mean maybe? Did somebody knock me off the throne? Last time we did a podcast, I was absolutely the most repeat visitor.
I think you're still winning. Well,
Okay.
this episode is all about quizzing, tests, assessments, how to use those in your online course or membership site. LifterLMS recently rolled out an advanced quizzes add-on and introduced a new quiz upgrade to the base platform in LifterLMS 3.16. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. But Allie, where should we start this party?
Can you just give everybody an overview of like what advanced quizzes is versus just regular quizzes in LMS so people have a general overview? What's going on?
Compared to regular quizzes in Lifter LMS or in any LMS?
No, in Lifter LMS.
So at Lifter LMS, philosophically, what we do is we give away as much value as we possibly can for free, including this podcast where we give away all kinds of free information, tips, tricks, strategies, insights from other thought leaders in the industry. The core base plugin of Lifter LMS, which is free, you can download it at lifterlms.com/free, is very powerful. I heard one of our users the other day just say, with this tool plus one payment gateway, which for Lifter LMS as Stripe or PayPal or integrating through WooCommerce, it's a $99 add-on. What you have is way more powerful than the other tools out there. And I was like, that's interesting. I appreciate that feedback. But anyways, the core Lifter LMS plugin has always had a quiz system. Quizzing is a part of LMS, Learning Management System. It doesn't mean you have to use it. You don't have to have quizzes. But if you are doing tests, quizzes can come in handy. So the core platform has always, since the beginning of Lifter LMS, had automatically graded multiple choice questions that you can set up. After Lifter LMS 3.16, the core platform now has automatically graded multiple choice, and we added two more, which is picture choice and also true false. And we also introduced a new tool where you could have something called multi-correct answer, which you could say like which two of these are presidents as an example. So that's like it's kind of a variation. So there's actually more than those three question types if you factor the difference between single answer and multi-answer. But anyways, that's a lot of new features in the base free version of Lifter LMS. And the advanced add-on just adds a lot more question types and manual grading and a lot of other things, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But the base quiz, that's what it is. If you had the old system and you're upgrading into it, all your automatically graded questions will migrate into the new system. We have a new quiz builder where you can build a quiz from one screen instead of like 20, 50, or 500 screens the way it used to work the old way, which was a popular request. But
I
that's...
love the new quiz builder.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So just to clarify, Chris, I want to be really clear because I've seen this question come in a lot. The new quiz builder is available in the core free Lifter LMS plugin. You do not need the advanced quizzes plugin.
Correct. Yeah, that's just part of the upgrade. We're always improving the core Lifter LMS software itself to make it more usable. So as we were going to introduce advanced question types and manual grading, we couldn't do that in the highest and best service to the community without also improving the core foundation on which that's built on, with making it much, much easier to build a quiz and manage quizzes from one screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's talk more about quizzes from like a big picture level. How do you think that having quizzes in your course is beneficial to your students and to you as an instructor? And do you think that it increases your revenue? as an entrepreneur? Is there an economic advantage to having quizzes in your courses and maybe having advanced quizzes in your courses?
Excellent question. I think whenever we make a decision, if you're a course builder or a membership site builder, we care about what you have to say, but we care almost even more about the experience of your students or your members. And so we're always thinking about your customer. And what's most important to your customer is them getting results and getting value out of your course. And quizzes serve that need. And the amount of value they get out of that course is correlated directly to the, economic benefit of delivering a lot of value. So the question is, how do quizzes deliver value? At its simplest form, in quizzing, it's important, or in teaching and learning, it's important to have common ground, with the instructor, where you have certain ideas that you establish and then you build on top of. And online information and teaching is not just about the information where you go to the course, you see a video, you press play, you watch the video, and you move on. Where the quiz comes in is, I don't know about you, Allie, but for me as a busy parent with a lot going on in my home, in my community, and everything like that, I got a lot of stuff coming at me, and not 100% that comes at me sticks forever permanently into my brain. So
I don't know, Chris. Everything sticks in my brain, so it just must be you.
Yeah, I'm
kidding.
So the quiz is a way to reinforce core concepts. So if I'm teaching a course about parenting, or I'm teaching a course about healthy cooking and like how not to burn your food and like how to actually use oil properly, or pan selection, or whatever. Or if I'm teaching a business course, there's certain ideas about, being a lean startup and being resourceful with little income that are very important that you get more than, and I know if you press play on that video, you may get some of the good ideas, but you may not get them all. So fundamentally, the core benefit of a quiz is just to reinforce learning, but there's more we can go from there. That's just the foundation.
Uh-huh. And how does LifterLMS's quiz system compare to other options on the market?
So we took the long, hard way to build the LifterLMS quiz system, which means we built it from scratch. What a lot of other tools do is they bring in code by a third-party plugin and integrate that to build a quiz system in their site, or they just don't offer quizzes and they allow you to integrate with third-party quiz tools. For us, seeing quizzing is a fundamental part of a learning management system or an online course, should you choose to do quizzing, we felt it was very important to make it part of the course system, so that's what makes us different, is ours is fully built from the ground up. It's part of the software. It's part of the experience. We're not trying to cram something in that's made somewhere else and kind of make it work. Mm-hmm. That's the big difference.
Okay. Just shifting gears a little bit. Tell me about, because I know you look at, people's courses all day long. So tell me about some of the common mistakes or missteps that you see happening when people build quizzes.
So one of the mistakes is just not doing it. So a lot of us in marketing, it's called a wallet closing word. If I say the word quiz or test, that's about the least sexy thing I could possibly say in my pitch. Like, hey, I have a quiz and a test for you. And I think some of that just comes from whatever childhood or college final exam kind of test stress psychology we have in our subconscious. But the reality is, if we take a step back, I almost didn't want to name it quizzing, like call it something else like challenges or games or something else. But anyways, the biggest mistake is not using them. And there's a trend in the industry called micro quizzing, where a quiz could just be like let's say you have really short lessons, like 3 to 5 minute video lessons, and there's like one key concept. Your quiz could simply be one question at the end of that one lesson that, solidifies the core concept through a quiz. So that would be an example of something you could add if you look at micro assessments to do that. The other big one that I see, and this is one of the benefits of the advanced quizzes add-on, is we have manual grading. So we talk about this a lot in how online courses and memberships, sometimes there's a tendency to automate things too early. And okay, I'm going to build my perfect, marketing or health or parenting certification course, and it's going to be completely automated from day one. Whereas if you were to do some, like, let's say, essay questions or short answer where they could write a short paragraph, or you ask people to upload something, whether that's an image of themselves doing something or something they made based on your course, you open the door for subjective feedback, and that opens up a feedback loop that can be very powerful for making sure the course is working, the students are learning, and it also gives the teacher an opportunity to personalize that student's experience, which can be very helpful. So that's another big one, is just not leveraging, making quizzes fun again and not leveraging the feedback loop.
So you brought up manual grading. Tell me a little bit more about how that works from the instructor's perspective. How do they know when there's been a quiz taken that they need to look at closely? And if I'm like a super busy instructor, can I have an assistant or somebody else with a different user role grade those quizzes for me?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's just a notification in the reporting area of the site when the quizzes have been complete. There can also be notifications that are turned on if you want, like emails and even text messages when stuff like that happens, when somebody completes one. Mm-hmm. But I think for most people, they would just, as part of their routine, if they do have manually graded stuff, them or the instructor's assistant, like you mentioned, could go in and start grading quizzes. And in a grading, we just take what has already worked in the offline world and brought it online. So if you remember how the teacher would, give you a point value and then leave some remarks, that's pretty much what you do. You can evaluate what they submitted, whether that's an upload, a long answer, a code submission, short answer. And then you can, depending upon how the quiz was built, that question, let's say it had 100 points, you could give them an 87 and leave them some comments on what you liked about it and why they didn't get, an A or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's all about.
Cool. So, Chris, how, I don't know if you go to Starbucks very often, but that Starbucks has like a secret menu that you can order off of there?
I am aware of that. I actually get I'm the cheap guy. What do you call it? Where you get like a small black with nothing in it. I think that's on the cheap menu. I get that.
So I love the secret menu at Starbucks. And I heard a rumor that there is kind of like the secret menu at Starbucks, a secret feature in our new quiz builder. So I was wondering if you could like confirm or deny that rumor and tell us about it.
I can confirm that rumor. So what the secret feature is, and the way I like to frame it in is, LifterLMS is, you can use it for an online course, a membership site, a learning management system. And if you start looking at our advanced add-ons, private areas allows you to not just do courses, it allows you to do coaching. Social learning allows you not just to offer courses plus possibly coaching, but also community. And what happens is the needs of a coach, as an example, or a community builder, they may have some course content, and whether they do graded quizzes or not, they may want to just check the pulse on how things are going. So they may have, like we were talking about, an essay or a short answer question where they're trying to collect feedback, but it doesn't necessarily count against the grade, but it is, so we call this feature assessments. So it's basically you design a question either within the context of a bigger quiz or on its own that you use for a reason outside of the grading system. So the quiz quizzes have a lot of different question types, especially with advanced quizzes. For example, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is called a Likert scale. In the advanced quizzes, you have a scale question type. You may just ask at the very end of the course or as the last question on the final exam. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you recommend? Would you recommend this course to a friend? Or what was your experience like? And you're just collecting data, but it doesn't really count against the grade. Or you might ask for a testimonial, or you might ask your coaching clients like how they're feeling about whatever you're trying to help them with. Mm-hmm. So we call that assessments, and that's the secret feature.
Cool. Can you just do a little bit of a deeper dive into the question types that come with advanced quizzes? Because we kind of glazed over that in the beginning, but I want to make sure that people understand what comes with the free plugin and what comes with advanced quizzes.
Sure. And maybe pull up the blog post just in case I miss one, because I'm doing this all from memory. So in the free plugin, you have the multiple choice, and then you have true, false, and then you have picture choice. In advanced quizzes, you have short answer, you have long answer, you have fill in the blank, which can be, by the way, automatically graded or not. Like if you're open to having those blanks be, if you don't put the answer in the system, then it'll know it needs to be graded.
Is that sensitive to capitalization?
I don't believe it is. Don't believe so. It is also one of those things where we build it in the interface where you could have like a long blank or a short blank. Mm-hmm. So if your question is what is the abbreviation for New Hampshire, you could have a short blank. If you wanted people to say something longer, you could define the length of that blank. So it's a pretty cool intuitive tool. Mm-hmm. We also have a question type called code. So if you're teaching any kind of programming where you have more of a raw, kind of text editor, you can submit request stuff from. We also have something called upload, which is very powerful. And people could be uploading images, documents, PDFs, small audio files, spreadsheets, all kinds of stuff. So that's the upload question type. We mentioned before the scale. So you can have a Likert scale, it's called. It could be 1 to 3, it could be 1 to 10, it could be 1 to 100. That's a question type. And then we also have reorder pictures. So we have reorder pictures and reorder items. Mm-hmm. So it's just what it sounds like. You could, have like a picture of a butterfly and all the different stages and have the student, put the caterpillar and then the cocoon and then the butterfly in the right order. Or you could do it with words, like if it's like a process that's supposed to happen in a certain order. So those are the ones that come to me. Did I miss any?
Just the one that's in development, which is matching.
Yeah, so matching's in development. And I believe we're doing that for both text and image matching. So I don't know. I have kids. They draw a line from the word car to the picture of the car. So something kind of like that. That's kind of what matching is all about. It's all about association, and that's coming soon.
Yeah, you did a good job. I give you an A+.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So any last thoughts on advanced quizzes or the types of educational entrepreneurs that might want to consider trying it out? Because we do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, anybody can purchase the advanced quizzes plugin and try it out. And we also have our 30-day demo sites too that have advanced quizzes installed. But any particular type of instructor or course that you think this might be geared towards?
Well, not everybody wants to do manual grading. A lot of people want to keep things passive, and that's fine. I would say where the big opportunity is, and where I see some course creators that are doing the best financially is they're creating certification programs, even if it's not like something that's officially sanctioned by some governing body somewhere, although we have those too. But if you're going to do like a certification program, it's important to have like some kind of standard where they have to get at least an 80% on the final exam or overall grade. That's a big opportunity. The other is just for people using just using that secret feature, the assessments we talked about. But really, I would just encourage people to think about this concept, especially of the micro quizzing, where if a learning path or a learning experience has certain milestones and prizes along the way, I call it the curse of knowledge. It has another name called expertitis, where people forget, especially as the teacher, what it's like to be a beginner. They've lost touch with beginner's mind. So sometimes it can be really challenging to remember what it's like when, if you're teaching an entrepreneur course and you're trying to get somebody to grasp the concept of a minimum viable product, you may need to, if you put a quiz on that concept, on that lesson about the minimum viable product, that could be very helpful. So, if we just focus on what are the core building blocks of your learning experience, there might be a quiz opportunity there that you're not leveraging.
Awesome. So
Cool.
If someone wants to check out advanced quizzes, what do they do next?
The best thing to do is to go to the LifterLMS website. You can see advanced quizzes in the store. It's part of the Infinity Bundle. You can upgrade into the Infinity Bundle if you have another product. As advanced quizzes might be that one thing to be like, I may want to upgrade now and just go ahead and get all the benefits of the Infinity Bundle. By the way, when you upgrade, you get the status of your existing license prorated. Like Ali mentioned, we also have the 30-day demo site where you can try our premium tools before you buy. And like Ali also mentioned, we do have on our add-ons a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you just want to try it out, you're not 100%, if you're not 100% happy with it, you can always get your money back if you want to. But yeah, there's lots of different ways to try it. That's what I'd recommend.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ali, for coming on the show and having a round table with me about quizzes and the advanced quizzes add-on.
Anytime.
You can find us both at LifterLMS.com, and thank you so much for listening, and we wish you all the best on building your courses and getting those results for your learners. Have a great day.
Bye.